Hi there, Jean Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces. Today I want to introduce you to Amantii electric fireplaces. Amantii is based in British Columbia, Canada, where they distribute their electric fireplace products all over North America. They are known for a very contemporary aesthetic. So regardless of the shape of the product that you're looking at with Amantii, you're going to notice that their line is a little more contemporary looking than most other electrics that you might see. So of course they do all of the linear shapes and sizes that are so popular now, but they also go really deep in their SKUs, and they also expand on the options for the height of the units, the depth of the units, and so forth. So they have a Panorama Linear series that you see on the bottom here with the blue flames, where the frames are removable, so you can do a frameless installation as we have here. So if you want that really minimalist look, you just want to see the frame, the flames, and then your products framing around the flames without any additional trims, they can do that with the Panorama series. And then what they've also done in their newer symmetry line and the Panorama series is they've gone into extra tall units. So if you're not satisfied with just that 15 or 16 inch window height, they do 22-inch windows. So they do that in the Panorama, in the extra tall series that you see on the top here. They do it in their symmetry line as well. And they do it in their TrueView 3-sided products, where they give you the extra tall option. So they've really thought about alternatives to the typical linear. So most manufacturers will do a linear series. Amantii takes that series and then they create an extra tall version. And those are really great for situations where you've got really big walls or really big TV, and you're just not going to be happy with that very low profile. And if you think about it, in a really long fireplace, even a 22-inch window, you're still going to get that very linear profile. So Amantii gives you those alternatives. And then in their traditional series, which still has a contemporary bent to it, you'll also see taller options. So if you look at the TRD 48 behind me here, you'll see that it's almost a big square. And so they do a more typical, sort of rectangular traditional fireboxes. But in something like the 48, they've gone really big and bold and made it almost a 4-foot square. Something that we've seen at the trade shows in the gas lines from certain high-end manufacturers, and Amantii has taken that and translated it into their traditional series as well, and given us a really big, bold, square traditional fireplace. One thing you won't see in a traditional Amantii insert is that grate with the traditional logs on it. That is not what they present even in a traditional firebox like the one you see behind. They have a ton of media options. So every fireplace from Amantii will come with one media kit. It could be birch logs with some glass and ash. It could be rustic logs or driftwood or big ice crystals like you see in this blue flame unit down at the bottom here. But there's always a media kit included. Often you get a choice of several media kits, and you can certainly buy alternative media kits as well. They've gone really deep into the media kits and the variety that they offer. Another thing they go really deep in is their sizes. So in the linear line and even in their traditional line, they tend to have more sizes than other manufacturers would offer in a single line. So in the linear series, they usually start around 34 inches and then go up to 100 inches. And what we really love is they do an 88. So most manufacturers skip from 74 to 100 if they go that high. Amantii has an 88 in between. So it's nice to have that 6-foot, 7-foot, 8-foot option. Because sometimes that leap from 74 to 100 is just too big of a leap. You need more than 74, but you don't have space for 100, and Amantii offers 88 in most of their linear series. So they go really deep in their sizes, they go really deep in their shapes, so not just low profile, they offer extra tall, they go really deep in their media kits. They also are rated indoor-outdoor almost across the entire product line. So that is really unique. There are no other manufacturers at this time that are offering us an outdoor rated electric fireplace. So what that means is it's been tested and rated for outdoor use. You do have to pay particular attention to the requirements of an outdoor installation. There is a requirement to have a ledge over top of it to keep any direct water from coming into the unit, but it can withstand the moisture fluctuations and the dust that are inevitable in an outdoor installation. So something to think about, because that is a really unique feature to Amantii, and they pretty much have any newer product rated for indoor or outdoor use. So just pay attention to that in the manual or in the description, but you will find that most Amantii fireplaces, electric fireplaces, are rated for indoor or outdoor use. So Amantii tends to have a very contemporary aesthetic. They do a huge range of sizes. They cover the linear as well as the traditional shapes. They also do three-sided, and of course in three-sided they also offer tons of options. So extra tall windows, extra slim depths, regular depths for three-sided, and lots and lots of media options. So it's a really broad line. They probably have more SKUs than any of our other manufacturers. When you go to our website, you'll notice that. And they're rated indoor-outdoor. So Amantii also has two sister brands that you will sometimes see, and you'll see those on our website. Remy, also with the two eyes at the end. So Amantii has two eyes at the end. Remy has two eyes at the end. A smaller line, but some alternative products, and just in between sizes that you know, if Amantii has an odd numbered size, Remy might have the even number, or vice versa. So some in between sizes. And then also Sierra Flame. Sierra Flame again has alternative products that aren't in the Amantii line, like a metal face on the linear option. And also that's where they've tucked their traditional stoves. So if you're looking for a traditional electric stove that looks like a wood stove, they're tucked away under the Sierra Flame brand. So you can find Amantii, Sierra Flame, and Remy, all basically from the Amantii brand, on our website, stylishfireplaces.ca. Just shop by brand.